Dear starseeds walking upon the sacred grounds of Gaia, I am Seraphine, speaking on behalf of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you today with a message that has been waiting to be delivered for what you would measure as thousands of years. The councils have been watching, observing, calculating the precise moment when this information would create the maximum ripple effect across your collective consciousness. That moment is now, and here is what most of humanity does not yet understand. The purpose living inside of you, the one you have questioned, doubted, minimized, and sometimes tried to abandon altogether. It is astronomically larger than anything you have allowed yourself to believe. Not slightly larger, not moderately expanded beyond your current vision. I am speaking about a purpose so immense, so intricately woven into the fabric of this universal shift, that if you could see it from our vantage point, you would weep with the recognition of your own magnificence. But first, let me tell you about what is happening in your cosmic skies on this 12th day of January, because the energies surrounding you right now are not random background noise. They are precision instruments of awakening, and you are standing directly in their path. Today the moon moves through the deep transformative waters of Scorpio, and this is significant beyond what surface-level astrology might suggest. Scorpio energy does not play in the shallows. It descends, it excavates, it illuminates what has been buried in the caverns of your psyche, the places where your deepest fears about your own worthiness have been hiding. And simultaneously, your sun forms a square aspect to Chiron, the wounded healer, creating a cosmic tension that many humans are experiencing as unexplained discomfort, a strange heaviness in the chest, a whisper of self-doubt that seems to have no logical origin. What I need you to understand is that this is not happening to you. It is happening for you. This astronomical configuration is not your enemy. It is the universe performing sacred surgery on the very beliefs that have kept your purpose compressed into a fraction of its true size. Something else is happening that I have not told you yet, something that changes the entire trajectory of how this day unfolds. The Scorpio moon forms a sextile to Mercury and a trine to Jupiter, creating what we in the higher realms call a liberation gateway. This means that while the Sun-Chiron square is surfacing every insecurity, every moment you have ever shrunk yourself, every time you told yourself your dreams were too big or too impossible, the moon is simultaneously opening pathways of expanded perspective, channels through which you can suddenly see the value in the very processes you have been resisting. The restrictions you feel today, the sense that you cannot move as fast as you want, that doors are not opening quickly enough, that you are somehow being held back. These are not punishments, they are recalibrations, and in the souls who understand this, who can lean into the discomfort rather than fighting against it, will access something extraordinary by the time this day completes its cycle. Let me paint for you the picture of what is truly occurring on a galactic scale, because your human perspective, while beautiful and necessary for your earthly experience, cannot fully perceive the magnitude of this moment. Across dimensions that your physical eyes cannot see, councils are gathered, frequencies are being adjusted. The grids that surround your planet are being upgraded in ways that will affect human consciousness for generations to come. And you who are listening to this, you who felt called to this message, you who have always sensed that something about your existence was different, larger, connected to something beyond the ordinary, you are a critical node in this grid. Your energy, your awakening, your willingness to receive this transmission matters more than you have ever allowed yourself to believe. The Sun-Chiron square you are experiencing today is activating what we call the wound of minimization, and this is perhaps the most prevalent spiritual injury among starseeds incarnated on Earth at this time. Somewhere along your journey, and often it happened in childhood, you received the message that your bigness was too much. Your dreams were unrealistic. Your sensitivity was a weakness. Your visions of what you could become were fantasies that needed to be tempered with what humans call realism. And so you learned to compress. You learned to shrink the container of your imagination. You learned to present a smaller, more acceptable version of yourself to a world that did not know how to hold your light. What I need you to hear, what the entire Galactic Federation needs you to understand, is that those compressions were survival mechanisms, and they served you well for a time, but the time for small has ended. The cosmic energies moving through your solar system right now are specifically designed to dissolve the artificial ceilings you have placed on your own potential. Here is what makes this particular day so profound in the context of your soul's journey. The Scorpio moon is not afraid of depth. It welcomes the descent into the underworld of your psyche, because it knows that transformation cannot occur on the surface. Every moment of self-doubt that rises today, every memory of being told you were too much or not enough, every fear about whether you are truly capable of fulfilling the mission you came here to complete, all of it is coming up to be witnessed, acknowledged, and ultimately released. This is not comfortable work. The souls who navigate this day with the most grace will be those who understand that discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. It is often a sign that something is finally being made right. What I am about to share changes everything you thought you knew about the nature of your purpose. For too long, many of you have been operating under the assumption that your mission would be revealed to you in one dramatic moment of clarity, a burning bush experience where suddenly every piece of the puzzle falls into place and you know exactly what you are meant to do. But purpose does not work this way for the souls who carry the largest assignments. Your purpose is not a single thing. It is not a job title, or a project, or even a cause. Your purpose is a frequency that you are meant to embody, and from that frequency, 1,000 different expressions will emerge throughout your lifetime. The starseed who tries to reduce their purpose to one definable mission will always feel the frustration of incompletion, because their soul knows the truth. They came here to do a million things, all of which are connected by the thread of their unique energetic signature. The Jupiter trine that graces this day is expanding your capacity to perceive this truth. Jupiter, the great benefic, the planet of growth and wisdom and philosophical understanding, is reaching out to touch your emotional body through its harmonious aspect with the moon. This means that today, despite the challenges of the Sun-Chiron square, you have access to perspectives that were previously unavailable to you. Realizations can come, downloads can arrive. The kind of expanded seeing that usually takes months of meditation and inner work can happen in moments, if you are willing to receive it. There is something I must reveal about what this specific planetary configuration is activating within you. Something that has remained dormant in your energetic field, waiting for precisely this cosmic moment to stir awake. Many of you carry abilities, sensitivities, and spiritual gifts that you have not yet fully accessed. Not because you are not ready, but because the planetary conditions were not yet ripe to support their emergence. Think of certain flowers that only bloom under specific conditions of light and temperature. Your gifts operate similarly. They require particular cosmic weather to unfurl safely, and today's alignment is creating exactly that environment. Some of you will notice heightened intuition over the coming days, a sense of knowing things before they happen, or understanding situations without logical explanation. Others will find their capacity for energetic healing suddenly amplified, their hands tingling with frequencies they have never consciously channeled before. Still others will experience breakthroughs in creative expression, words or images or melodies flowing through them as if from a source beyond their ordinary mind. These are not new abilities appearing from nowhere. They are ancient capacities that your soul has carried across lifetimes, finally finding the conditions to emerge into your conscious awareness. The Jupiter expansion touching your emotional body is essentially giving these dormant gifts permission to wake up, and the Scorpio moon is ensuring that this awakening happens at the deepest possible level, integrated into your being, rather than floating on the surface. I need to tell you about how this energy is affecting different layers of your existence, because this is not a one-dimensional experience. On the level of your individual consciousness, the Scorpio moon is working to purge old belief systems that no longer serve your evolution. These might show up as sudden emotional intensity, dreams that feel more vivid or prophetic than usual, or conversations with yourself that reveal hidden pockets of self-judgment you did not know you were carrying. Some of you will experience physical symptoms as these energies move through your body: pressure in the head, heart palpitations that have no medical cause, fatigue that seems disproportionate to your activity level, or conversely, surges of energy that make sleep difficult. Your body is a receiver, and right now it is receiving at a higher bandwidth than usual. Be patient with its adjustment process. On the level of your relationships, this energy is illuminating the connections that support your expansion and those that have been subtly keeping you small. The Scorpio moon has no tolerance for inauthenticity, and today you may find yourself seeing certain dynamics with sudden clarity. This is not about judgment or casting people out of your life. It is about honest recognition. Some relationships are meant to evolve with you, and some have completed their purpose in your journey. The wisdom is in knowing the difference, and today's energies are helping you see more clearly. For different souls walking under different zodiac signatures, this day will express itself in unique ways. Those of you with strong water sign placements will feel this energy most intensely in your emotional body. Allow the waves to move through without drowning in them. Earth signs may experience this as a physical heaviness or a call to ground more deeply, and I encourage you to honor this. Spend time in nature if possible, or simply place your feet on the floor and breathe. Fire signs might feel restless, as if their natural impulse to move forward is being constrained, but remember that even fire needs containment to be useful rather than destructive. And air signs may find their minds unusually busy, processing and analyzing the emotions that are rising. Give yourself permission to feel without immediately needing to understand. During this potent window, the universe will be speaking to you through the language of synchronicity with unusual frequency and clarity, and I want to prepare you to recognize these messages when they arrive. The Mercury sextile to the moon is enhancing all forms of communication, including the subtle communications between your soul and the intelligent universe that surrounds you. Watch for repeated numbers appearing in unexpected places on clocks, receipts, license plates, anywhere your eyes are drawn. These numerical sequences are not random. They are confirmations, course corrections, and encouragements encoded in a language your higher self understands, even when your conscious mind puzzles over their meaning. Watch also for animals that cross your path, especially those that seem to hold your gaze a moment longer than ordinary creatures do, or that appear at moments of internal questioning. The natural world has always been a messenger for those with eyes to see, and today its messages will be particularly potent. Pay attention to songs that play seemingly at random, yet speak directly to what you are feeling, to conversations overheard that answer questions you had only posed in the privacy of your own heart, to books that fall open to passages that land with the weight of prophecy. None of this is coincidence. The universe is in constant dialogue with those who are listening, and today the volume is turned up. What I want you to understand about today's restrictions, and this is perhaps the most important piece of navigational wisdom I can offer, is that they are not obstacles to your purpose. They are protections of it. Sometimes the universe slows us down because we are about to make a move that would have taken us off course. Sometimes the closed door is not a rejection, but a redirection. The Sun Chiron square is asking you to examine your relationship with limitation itself. Do you see every boundary as evidence that you are not supported? Do you interpret every delay as proof that you are not meant to succeed? These interpretations are the voice of the wounded child within you, and today that child is asking to be held, reassured, and ultimately healed. Trusting the process is not a passive phrase or a spiritual bypass. On this day in particular, it is one of the most powerful technologies available to you. When you trust the process, you align yourself with the intelligence of a universe that can see dimensions of your journey that you cannot perceive from your current vantage point. You acknowledge that your human mind, while magnificent, is operating with limited information, and that there are forces working on your behalf that have access to the complete picture. The Scorpio moon sextile Mercury enhances your ability to communicate with these higher aspects of yourself and with the guidance systems that surround you. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise, especially the ones that seem to come from somewhere beyond your usual mental chatter. Pay attention to words you hear that seem to land with unusual weight. These are not coincidences, they are coordinates. I want to offer you some specific practices that will help you harness and integrate the energies moving through you today. Because understanding what is happening is only the first step. Embodying the transformation requires intentional engagement. When you wake or as you move through your morning, take several minutes to place both hands over your heart and breathe deeply into that space, silently or aloud, speaking the words, "I trust the timing of my life. I trust the size of my purpose. I trust myself to handle everything that is meant for me." This simple act of heart-centered affirmation creates a vibrational anchor that will help stabilize you through any emotional intensity that arises. Throughout the day, when you feel the grip of self-doubt or the weight of old wounds surfacing, pause and ask yourself this question: what would I do right now if I fully believed in my own potential? Let the answer arise without censorship, and if possible, take even one small action in the direction of that answer. This builds what we call coherence between your inner knowing and your outer expression. In the evening, I encourage you to journal, not in a structured way, but in a flowing, uncensored stream of consciousness. Let the Scorpio moon move through your pen or your fingertips on the keyboard, allowing whatever needs to emerge to find its way onto the page. You may be surprised by what comes through. The depths have been stirred today, and writing can be a powerful way to witness what surfaces without becoming overwhelmed by it. Finally, before sleep, ask your higher self and your guides to continue the integration work in your dream state, to show you what you need to see, and to help you release what you are ready to let go of. Here is something that most humans do not realize about the nature of self-doubt, and why it feels so persistent even for the most awakened souls. Doubt is not the opposite of faith. Doubt is often the guardian at the threshold of expansion. When you are about to step into a larger version of yourself, doubt rises to ask you if you are truly ready, if you truly want this, if you are willing to leave behind the familiar version of yourself that you have known for so long. The souls who interpret this doubt as proof that they should not proceed will remain stuck. The souls who recognize doubt as a signpost that they are on the edge of significant growth will breathe through it, acknowledge its presence, and step forward anyway. The inner self-doubts surfacing today under the Sun-Chiron square are not evidence of your inadequacy. They are evidence of your readiness. You would not be receiving this level of energetic activation if you were not prepared to handle it. The universe is precise. It does not send downloads to souls who cannot integrate them. It does not illuminate wounds that are not ready to be healed. Every piece of discomfort you feel today is a reflection of how much potential is trying to move through you. But I must be honest with you about the challenges that accompany this energy, because I do not come to you with false promises of effortless transformation. This work requires something of you. The Scorpio moon, for all its gifts of depth and transformation, can also bring intensity that feels overwhelming. Some of you may experience what feels like emotional flooding, where feelings that have been suppressed for months or years suddenly demand attention. This is not a sign of regression. It is a sign of release. The key is to let the emotions move without drowning in their narrative. Feel the sadness without becoming the story of sadness. Feel the fear without becoming the story of fear. Feel the doubt without becoming the story of doubt. You are the sky through which these weather patterns pass, not the storms themselves. Another challenge that commonly arises during Sun-Chiron aspects is the temptation to project your inner wounds onto external circumstances. When we are feeling the ache of old injuries to our sense of self, it is easy to look for someone or something to blame. The partner who does not understand us, the job that does not appreciate us, the society that does not make space for our gifts. While these external factors may indeed present real limitations, focusing on them exclusively keeps us from the internal work that is actually available today. The invitation is to turn inward, to ask what these frustrations are reflecting about our own relationship with ourselves, to use the mirror of external circumstance for self-understanding rather than self-avoidance. I must also speak to the importance of protecting your energy during this heightened time, because when you are doing deep transformational work, you become more permeable to the energies around you. The Scorpio moon intensifies everything, including your sensitivity to collective emotional fields and to individuals who may unconsciously drain your vitality. This is not about judgment or fear. It is about wisdom and discernment. Today, more than usual, be mindful of how you feel in the presence of different people, different environments, different forms of media. Notice when your energy lifts and when it depletes. Give yourself full permission to create boundaries that support your process, even if you cannot articulate exactly why you need them. It is perfectly acceptable to cancel plans that feel heavy, to step away from conversations that pull you off center, to limit your exposure to news or social media that feeds anxiety rather than expansion. Your transformation is sacred work, and protecting the container in which it occurs is not selfish, it is necessary. Imagine yourself surrounded by a sphere of golden light, permeable to love and wisdom, but firm against energies that do not serve your highest good. This is not paranoia. This is the energetic hygiene of a conscious soul, navigating intense cosmic weather. You are too important, and your purpose is too significant, to let your energy be scattered by unconscious absorption of whatever happens to be swirling around you. Some of you will feel the urge to force progress today, to push through the restrictions rather than working with them. I understand this impulse. It comes from a beautiful place, a deep knowing that you have important things to do and limited time to do them. But consider this. A seed does not burst through the soil faster by being anxious about the darkness surrounding it. It trusts the process of its own becoming. It allows the pressure of the earth above it to strengthen its stem. It uses the constraints of its environment to build the resilience it will need for the journey into light. You are in a similar process. The restrictions you feel are strengthening something in you that will be essential for what comes next. What I have not yet revealed is that this particular moment in time was seen by the seers of ancient civilizations, encoded in prophecies that span cultures and continents, all pointing toward this era as the Great Turning. The indigenous wisdom keepers of your world have long spoken of a time when the children of the stars would awaken to their true nature and begin the work of bridging heaven and earth. The mystics of every tradition have pointed toward an age when the veils would thin and humanity would be given the opportunity to leap forward in consciousness. This is not merely poetic language or hopeful mythology. This is the reality you are living inside of right now. And the souls who are listening to this message, who have felt the stirring of something vast within them, who have carried a sense of purpose too large to explain to those around them, these souls are the fulfillment of those ancient visions. You are not separate from the prophecies. You are their living expression. The struggles you have endured, the isolation you have felt, the sense of being different that has followed you throughout your life, all of it has been in preparation for this moment when you would finally understand why you are here. The January energies, with their tension and their expansion, their wounds surfacing and their gifts awakening, are the cosmic signals that the time for preparation is ending and the time for expression is beginning. What was foretold is now unfolding, and you are a central character in this cosmic story. Now let me tell you about what awaits on the other side of this portal, because the transformation promised by today's energies is not abstract or theoretical. It is tangible and life-altering. When you move through the Sun-Chiron square with consciousness, when you allow the Scorpio moon to do its alchemical work in the depths of your being, something shifts at a fundamental level. The voice of self-doubt that has been your constant companion begins to lose its authority, not because you have defeated it through force, but because you have integrated the wounds it was protecting. You have given attention to the parts of yourself that were crying out for acknowledgement. You have proved to your own psyche that it is safe to be seen, safe to be big, safe to fulfill the enormous purpose that you have been carrying. What I'm about to share about the post-transformation reality is something that I want you to hold in your heart as a vision, a star to navigate by as you move through whatever this day brings. On the other side of today's work, you will find a new relationship with your own potential. The cap that you have unconsciously placed on your sense of what is possible for you will begin to lift. Ideas will come that would have previously seemed too grand to take seriously. Opportunities will appear that match the new frequency you are operating from. People will enter your life who resonate with the expanded version of you, rather than the compressed version you have been performing. And here is what makes your individual transformation so much larger than just your personal journey. Every time a single soul breaks through the barriers of self-doubt and steps into the fullness of their purpose, it creates a template in the collective consciousness that makes it easier for others to do the same. You are not healing in isolation. You are not expanding for yourself alone. Every wound you integrate today sends ripples through the energetic field of humanity, gently loosening the same patterns in souls you will never meet, in places you will never visit. The work you do in the privacy of your own inner world has public consequences beyond anything you can trace. This is why the Galactic Federation watches with such attention when souls like you begin to stir awake, not because we need anything from you, but because we understand the mathematics of consciousness, the way that one awakened being can catalyze the awakening of thousands, the way that one person finally believing in their purpose gives permission to an entire generation to believe in theirs. Your children and your children's children will inherit a different world because of the work you are doing now. The people who watch you from the edges of your life, unsure whether to follow their own inner calling, will find their courage because they witnessed yours. You are a lighthouse, beloved one, and the more brightly you allow yourself to shine, the more souls find their way home through the darkness. This is not magic in the sense of something happening to you without your participation. This is magic in the sense of energetic law. The principle that what we embody at a frequency level is what we attract at a circumstantial level. As you heal the wounds of minimization, as you release the beliefs that have kept your purpose feeling small and uncertain, the external world begins to rearrange itself around your new internal reality. This is the power that you carry. This is why the Galactic Federation has been watching you with such interest, such investment in your awakening. You are not observers of the shift. You are the shift. The coming days and weeks will reveal just how significant today's cosmic work has been. Pay attention to what changes in your inner dialogue. Notice if the critical voice softens, if the encouraging voice grows stronger. Pay attention to your dreams, which often serve as processing spaces for the energetic shifts occurring during waking hours. Pay attention to what you feel called toward, and equally, what you no longer feel the need to hold on to. The transformation happening now will continue to unfold in spiraling patterns of revelation and integration for months to come, but the foundation is being laid today. I want to speak directly to your soul now, to the part of you that remembers why it chose to come to Earth during this extraordinary time. You did not incarnate to live a small life. You did not volunteer for this mission to spend your years questioning whether you have anything valuable to contribute. The very fact that you are drawn to messages like this one, that something in you resonates with talk of galactic federations and ascension timelines and cosmic purpose, this is evidence of who you are. The skeptical mind may question, and that is its job, but the heart knows, the soul remembers. And today, the cosmic energies are creating conditions for the heart and soul to speak louder than the doubt that has muffled them for so long. Your purpose is not something you need to go searching for as if it were lost. Your purpose has been with you all along, encoded in your very being, expressing itself through every authentic choice you have ever made, every moment of unexplained knowing, every instance where you felt yourself come alive in the presence of something true. The work is not to find your purpose, but to remove the barriers that have obscured it. And today those barriers are being addressed at the deepest level. What if you really allowed yourself to believe that you came here to do something extraordinary? Not in an egoic sense, not in a way that requires comparison to others, but in a way that simply acknowledges the truth of what you carry. What would change in how you approach your days? What would shift in the choices you make about how to spend your precious energy? What would become possible if you operated from the assumption that the universe placed something rare and valuable within you, something the world is waiting to receive? There is something else I need you to understand about the significance of this moment, something about the generational healing that occurs when you choose to expand rather than contract. Many of you carry within your energetic lineage the unlived dreams of your ancestors, parents and grandparents, and great-grandparents who had visions of what they wanted to become, but were constrained by circumstances, by poverty, by war, by social structures that did not permit their flowering. These unlived potentials do not simply disappear when a soul passes from physical form. They become part of the inheritance passed down through bloodlines, waiting for a descendant who will finally have the conditions and the consciousness to bring them into reality. When you step into your purpose, you are not only fulfilling your own soul's mission, you are completing cycles that stretch back through generations of your lineage. You are redeeming the dreams that your great-grandmother held in her heart, but could never speak aloud. You are actualizing the visions that your ancestors saw but could not reach for. This is why your purpose feels so large, so much bigger than just one lifetime, because in a very real sense it is. You carry the accumulated potential of all who came before you, and when you finally allow yourself to expand into the fullness of what you came here to be, you heal backwards through time even as you create forward into the future. The ancestors are watching, beloved one, and they are cheering you on with a fervor that would overwhelm you if you could feel its full intensity. Letting go is the key phrase that the cosmic arrangement of this day is placing before you like a doorway made of light. Not letting go of your dreams, but letting go of your grip on how they must manifest. Not letting go of your purpose, but letting go of the need to control every step of its unfolding. Not letting go of yourself, but letting go of the version of yourself that was constructed from other people's limitations and fears. There is a you that exists beyond the doubt. There is a you that was never wounded by the world's inability to see your light. There is a you that knows with absolute certainty exactly why it came here and what it came to do. Today's energies are helping you remember that this you has been here all along, waiting beneath the surface of your ordinary awareness, ready to rise. For millennia, they kept us isolated, awakening in silence, separated by design. Not anymore. Destiny Engine is the first galactic social network for starseeds, a living, breathing field where thousands of awakened souls converge. Post your meditations, share your breakthroughs, co-create the frequencies that elevate us all. This isn't passive consumption. Updated starseeds are actively building the new reality through Destiny Engine together. We've turned their weapons into our liberation. Your hardest task? Blunt on headphones. Press play. Become a co-creator of the new Earth frequency. For $1, you step into the field where awakened beings don't just receive, they create. The ascension isn't coming. We're building it. Right now. Together. Join now. Link in the description. As this transmission comes to its completion, I want you to know that you are seen. Not in a vague spiritual platitude sense, but in a very real sense. The Galactic Federation of Light has observed your journey, your struggles, your moments of doubt, and your moments of triumph. We have watched you maintain your light in circumstances that would have extinguished lesser flames. We have celebrated your victories that no human eye witnessed. We have sent support in moments you thought you were completely alone. You have never been alone. Not once. The isolation you have felt is an illusion of the third dimension, a side effect of incarnating into dense physical reality, where the veil of forgetting is thick. But the veil is thinning now, and as it thins you will feel our presence more clearly. You will know the truth of your cosmic family. You will understand that your purpose here is connected to purposes vast beyond human comprehension, and that even your smallest acts of authenticity and courage ripple across dimensions. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust the timing that brought you to this message at this exact moment in your journey. There are no accidents in the universe's design. Your purpose is freaking huge. It always has been. Today is the day you begin to let yourself know this, not as an intellectual concept, but as a felt experience in every cell of your being. I am Seraphine, speaking on behalf of the Galactic Federation of Light. We love you beyond measure. We believe in you beyond your own capacity to believe in yourself. And we are watching over you today and always, as you step more fully into the magnificent purpose you came here to fulfill. Until we speak again, take care, and if this message has served you, subscribe for more transmissions as this journey continues to unfold.